next week as part of the Dorset Opera Festival, which is already up and running. Le Roi de Lahore, forgive my French pronunciation, is being staged in the UK for the first time since 1879. We can talk about this with David Mellor, former MP, classical music critic for the Mail on Sunday, and late of this parish of Dorset. He was born and raised on the Purbecks, broadly speaking. And he joins me on the line now. David, good morning.
Morning.
Very nice to talk with you again. You've been involved with Dorset Opera for a good few years now. Tell me about this particular opera. Why bring it back after 150 years in stasis?
Well, it did actually get an appearance in London about 30 years ago, but as you rightly say, it is much neglected. What Dorset Opera do over this week at Bryanston School is to produce 6 performances, 3 of well-known operas, of a well-known opera, which is The Marriage of Figaro this time, Mozart, of course, and then this one, Le Roi de Lahore, which very few people have seen. I actually caught up with it in Venice in 2005, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was Massenet's big success, first big success in Paris back in 1877, and I believe it's a worthwhile piece. You know, there are plenty of operas that are what we would call justly neglected. So this is an unjustly neglected one, and I hope people are going to enjoy it, and certainly they've worked very hard at it. The thing about Dorset Opera is that they run a number of parallel events. Not only do they put on these operas, but they run a training school for people who want to be to sing in opera choruses. So there's a chorus of 60 for this for this festival, and I admire them because they do that without a whiff of public money, and they do it out of enthusiasm. And last year I went, I thought it was really very, very professionally done. And I'm looking forward to going on Wednesday and Thursday.
It's a lovely setting. I stopped by, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago now, and it's a kind of hot house as well, isn't it? Like you say, to have that many performances on of different things in that shorter time, somewhere where the high-level opera isn't normally on apart from this week of a year.
Exactly right. And Bryanston for a long time has specialised in the stage, and they've had some very celebrated people who started their careers at Bryanston. So the whole idea of Dorset Opera is really to give quality performances of works. It's good to have well-known works because that's where people get into opera.
Yeah, it's a gateway drug, isn't it? You're asking people to kind of to come with you. If you like Figaro, then you'll maybe like this one. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the whole idea. And it's not, the seats are not expensive. Fortunately, says he, looking out at the weather, I'm speaking to you from the Isle of Purbeck at the moment.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad to tell you it's all undercover. I don't think the weather's going to be much good, do you? And it's exciting, but obviously the Figaro's sold out. Literally the day it opened.
Yeah.
The Roi de Lahore. Dorset people, they're a bit suspicious of something new, So we have to. I have to say to them, as a Dorset person myself, don't be suspicious. Come on.
Okay. Could you? In a couple of sentences, about 30 seconds. Can you tell us what it's about, or does that not really matter?
Well, it's a sort of Lust in the Dust, except the dust is high class dust. It's all about the ruling class in 11th century India, and it was an excuse in the old days for scantily clad women in 1877, when it started, to scamper around the stage. Whether they'll be quite as scantily clad at Dorset Opera, you better buy your ticket and find out.
The scandal starts here. David, great to talk to you, as always. If you'd like to find out more details, dorsetopera.com is where you're going for Le Roi de Lahore. David said it better than I, didn't he? Right then, it is coming up to news time on this Tuesday morning. Going to have more on